Canada's western province of Alberta is home to some of Canada's thriving cities, such as Calgary and Edmonton. With a growing job market and great education system, it is a province that should definitely be considered when thinking about your immigration options. In this video you will understand everything about the Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program. One major benefit of this stream is that the minimum CRS score is 300, which means more candidates in the pool will have a chance at receiving a notification of interest from the province. Welcome to our channel Punjadian. We post videos on topics related to immigration, immigrant experience in Canada and travel in Canada. So if you are new to my channel and this channel interests you, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Today video is all about Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program. In this video you will learn all the option available under AINP and which stream is best for you to immigrate to Canada. The AINP is the program used by the province of Alberta to choose its future permanent residents, who satisfy to Alberta's target criteria and who wish to settle in and work in the province. AINP includes the following streams for immigration. 2 streams for skilled workers. 2 streams under Alberta Opportunity Stream. 1 program for self-employed farmers. You might ask yourself, why should I select Alberta for immigration? Well, Alberta, a western province of Canada, is home to 2 of the largest cities in Canada, Calgary and Edmonton. Being the 4th most populated province, after Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia, Alberta is the largest producer of oil and gas in Canada, and attracts many immigrants working in those industries. Other reasons to consider Alberta includes lower cost of living. Alberta offers many cost of living advantages, such as no provincial health care premiums, no provincial sales tax, tax rebates and credits to further help with your finances. Residents in every other province pay up to 10% in addition to the goods and services tax paid by all Canadians. Alberta families earned a median income of $92,800 after tax. This is well above the Canadian average of $78,400. Let us now look at the immigration options under AINP. The AINP includes 3 streams for immigration. The first one is the Alberta Express Entry Stream or AE. The second stream is the Alberta Opportunity Stream or AOS. And the third stream includes the Self-Employed Farmer Stream or SEF. Let us understand each stream in detail. The Alberta Express Entry Stream. This is the only PNP stream of Alberta aligned with Express Entry that will get you an additional 600 points. The AINP goes through all the candidates already in the Express Entry pool and sends notification of interest letters, equivalent to invitations to apply, to the ones whose profile corresponds best to their needs. If nominated, a candidate will receive an additional 600 CRS points in their Express Entry profile, thus guaranteeing an invitation to apply. Following is the eligibility requirement for AE. There are 5 minimum criteria of eligibility under the Alberta Express Entry stream. The first eligibility criteria includes having at a minimum, a comprehensive ranking system score of 300. The second requirement is to meeting the criteria of minimum 1 of the federal immigration programs, Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Trades or Federal Skilled Worker Program. Third eligibility requirement is having an active Express Entry profile in the pool of candidates. The fourth requirement includes intending to, and being able to work and live in the province of Alberta. And the last one includes currently working and having experience in a job, occupation, that supports the province's economic development and diversification. There is no available published list of in-demand occupations, but there is some information that could hint to possible in-demand occupations in the province. Let us now look at the important low and high risk factor to receive nomination. The following adaptability factors may increase the chances of receiving a notification of interest letter. First, having graduated from a post-secondary institution in Alberta and a valid job offer. Second, having a valid job offer and/or work experience in Alberta. And lastly, having a Canadian citizen or permanent resident immediate family member, parent, child, brother, or sister, who is currently living in the province of Alberta. The following factors may decrease, but not necessarily eliminate, the chances of receiving a notification of interest letter. Having an express entry profile expiring in less than 3 months. Working in an occupation, which is on the list of high-wage and low-wage occupations in the province of Alberta. Or occupation on the Alberta Opportunity Stream Ineligible Occupations list. Or occupation that has a high volume of submissions across all AINP streams. Check the NOC codes link given in the description, which may decrease your chances of receiving notification of interest from Alberta. The second stream under AINP include the Alberta Opportunity Stream or AOS. The Alberta Opportunity Stream is one of Alberta's PNP streams that requires the candidate to hold a job offer from an employer in Alberta to be eligible. This stream is not aligned with express entry, which means that candidates cannot take advantage of the 6-month average processing times of express entry. Processing times of provincial nominee programs, not aligned with express entry, are usually longer and take at least 1 year. The AOS does require a valid job offer as its main eligibility requirement, and candidates do not need to provide proof of funds. There are other requirements that must be fulfilled regarding the candidate, the employer, and the job offer. Eligibility requirement for AOS. There are 5 main categories of eligibility requirements that we will summarize below. You can apply to the Alberta Opportunity Stream if you, your employer, and your job offer satisfy to all the requirements below. Again, there is no settlement funds required for this stream. Language requirement. You must demonstrate you have a minimum Canadian language benchmark test score of 4 or 5 either in French or in English. If you are working in an NOC skill type 0, A or B occupation, the minimum requirement is CLB5 for each language skill. The language requirement for NOC skill level C or D occupations is CLB4 for each language skill. If you apply to the AINP under NOC code 3413, nurse aides, orderlies, and patient service associates. The AINP requires a minimum language test score of CLB of 7 for each English language skill, or NCLC of 7 for each French language skill. Education requirement. If you are not a postgraduate work permit holder, you only need to have completed a minimum of high school education in your country of origin. Beginning January 1st, 2021, you will need to have completed a minimum of high school equivalent to Alberta standards. If you have a PGWP, there are additional criteria such as your current occupation must be related to your field of study in Alberta. If you are admitted and enrolled in your Alberta credential program before April 1st, 2019, your credential must be approved by Alberta Advanced Education Institution or approved by Alberta Public or Private Post-Secondary Institution, and must include one of the following Alberta Advanced Education approved credentials: a certificate or postgraduate certificate, minimum 1 year in length, or diploma program, minimum 2 years in length, or undergraduate bachelor's degree, or graduate level degree, certificate, or diploma. Note, on or after April 1st, 2019, Your credential must be on the Alberta Opportunity Stream list of Alberta Advanced Education approved post-secondary credentials. Work experience requirements. Your current occupation is the occupation you are working in at the time you apply to the AOS. Your current occupation must also match your work experience at the time you apply, and AINP assesses your application. At the time your application is received by the AINP, you need a minimum of 12 months full-time work experience in your current occupation in Alberta within the last 18 months. A minimum of 24 months of full-time work experience in your current occupation in Canada or abroad within the last 30 months. This work experience can be a combination of experience gained in Alberta, in Canada, outside Alberta, or abroad. A minimum of 6 months full-time work experience in your current occupation in Alberta within the last 18 months, if you hold a postgraduate work permit. To be considered valid, the work experience must have been full-time, for a minimum of 30 hours a week. Must be for the same occupation as your current occupation. Must have been authorized by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada and with valid temporary resident status if completed in Alberta or Canada, and cannot have been gained while studying in Canada and doing co-op work placements or internships as part of a study program. The exception to this rule is for PGWP holders' work experience completed during paid co-op work terms that were part of a program of study at an Alberta post-secondary institution, and can be used as long as the work experience was full-time, minimum 30 hours per week, was directly related to your current occupation, and was all gained in Alberta. If you are admitted and enrolled in your Alberta Credential Program on or after April 1, 2019, and you completed an Advanced Education Approved 1-year postgraduate certificate, your occupation must also be related to your previous undergraduate or graduate field of study outside Canada. Job offer requirements. To apply for the AOS, you must have a valid job offer from an Alberta employer to work in your current occupation. You must be working full-time for the employer in Alberta. To be eligible to the AOS, the job offer must be signed by you and your Alberta employer and must offer the following conditions: continuous and full-time work, minimum of 30 hours a week. Employment for at least 12 months. Work in your current occupation. Wages and benefits that meet provincial minimum wage. Meet or exceed the requirements set out in your labor market impact assessment. If you are LMIA exempt, meet or exceed the lowest starting wage for your occupation across all industries in Alberta. Work for an eligible AINP occupation for which you have a work permit that meets AINP work permit requirements. Occupation requirements. Most occupations under National Occupational Classification Skill Type 0, A, B, C and D are eligible under the AOS. There are, however, 2 lists of ineligible occupations. The first one applies to all applicants, and the second one applies only to postgraduate work permit holders. Check description for list of ineligible occupations that apply to all candidates and PGWP holders. The last stream under AINP includes self-employed farmer stream. The self-employed farmer or SEF stream is one of Alberta's PNP streams that requires the candidate to invest an important sum of money in the province to be eligible. Eligibility requirements. There are 3 main categories of eligibility requirements that we will summarize below. You can apply to the self-employed farmer stream if you and your investment proposal satisfy to all the requirements below. First, farm management experience. You have to prove that you have farm management experience, which can include financial documentation of an existing farm business, documentation of education, training, and work experience, A proposed business plan for the farming enterprise you are considering in Alberta, or prove that a Canadian financial institution is willing to finance your proposed farming business. Sufficient financial resources. You must be able to invest a minimum of 500,000 Canadian dollars of equity in a primary production farming business in Alberta. Documents must be provided showing a minimum net worth of 500,000 Canadian dollars or a confirmation of the ability to access to a similar amount of funds from other sources. Primary production investment. You must document your investment plans in a proposed business plan. Applications representing the best opportunity for growth relevant to Alberta's agri-food targets will be given priority. That is all about the various stream and its eligibility requirement under AINP. Let us now look at the frequently asked questions under AINP. What is the application fee? There is no fee for this stream, as well as for all the other AINP streams. What is the processing time? The AINP does not publish processing times information on the Alberta Opportunity Stream. You should expect at least 3 to 4 months for your application to be processed and could be longer depending on multiple factors such as the application quality and volume of applications received, etc. What about stream opening history? The Alberta Opportunity Stream and Self-Employed Farmer Stream is usually always open. Does the stream have in-demand jobs? In the case of the Alberta Opportunity Stream, there is no in-demand list. Instead, a job offer is needed to be eligible to the stream, and there is an ineligibility list of NOC codes that will not be processed by the AINP. Thank you for watching this video.